Spoilers ahead, you've been warned! I had never heard of this movie before, but by the title and poster I assumed it was a crappy movie, but I could not have been more wrong. Okay, maybe I could have been more wrong if I assumed it was a romantic comedy. Then I guess I would have been more wrong. Tucker and Dale versus Evil. What can I say? I was pleasantly surprised and then amazed at how much I loved it. This movie is like that girl that goes unnoticed. She doesn't stand out from the crowd, but once you actually try and go and get to know her, you wanna have her babies. This is not a horror movie. I'd be surprised if anybody was scared at all. It's a horror comedy, which just means that it takes place in a horror movie world, but it's actually a comedy. Much like The Cabin in the Woods, this movie takes a lot of horror movie cliches and makes fun of them in a fun and creative way. It starts off like any cliche horror movies, but then it's revealed that the hillbillies are not serial killers, but just nice guys. But then we have these college kids that do think that the hillbillies are pure evil, and that premise just ensues hilarity. The guy who plays the main character, Dale, he's just so likable in everything that he's in, and I usually hate people. He was in one of my favorite shows of all time, Reaper, but talking about that makes me angry because that show was cancelled just after the second season! Tucker was also great, not as likable, but he wasn't supposed to be. The movie would not have worked without the chemistry of Tucker and Dale. Fun fact, this movie was actually filmed in Alberta, Canada, some of it in Edmonton. That's where I live! No, it's not! Don't come and kill me when I'm sleeping. Overall, it's just an amazingly written story that happens to cast a lot of great people to help it along, and it's just awesome. You want to see this movie with your friends. That's what I would have done if I had friends. I want to get friends just to introduce them to this movie, because that's the thing. Not a lot of people have seen it, and let's be honest, don't lie to yourself. We all have that hipster inside. And so many excellent quotable quotes too. I just remembered one. If enough people watch it, I know it will become a cult classic. It just has a very stupid title. I would have never given it a chance if I just happened to stumble upon it. I actually almost passed on this one just because it looked so bad. So thank you, Movie Club. Often the good movies that you make me watch I've already seen, but you introduced me to a gem. I'll forever be grateful. Kiss me. I also love this movie because it can be taken as a satire of society. We see something from afar and we don't really understand it, but it looks sort of bad, and sometimes we're told that it's bad and we believe it. We take what we perceive as a fact and we do stupid things out of fear. We become what we think we're fighting against. That's why there's so much hate against Muslims. That's why that kid that looked like a suspect from a bombing got killed unjustly. Just be open-minded and get the whole story. Don't act upon assumptions. You know what they say about assumptions? They make an ass out of you and umptions. See you later, crocodile.